What is up, Finn fans? First off, like usual, let me know you can hear me. Let me know that my audio sounds good. If it needs to go up, down, just let me know. I can mess with it here. But what is up, everybody? How's everyone doing? What's up, Dan, Andrew, Reggie, Roadrunner, Dan, Demis? I'm sorry if I pronounced your name wrong. Luca, what's up? How's everyone doing today? You guys are going to be helping me. We're going to be doing these draft prospect video together. Take my headphones off now that I know I sound good. What's up, Random Shack? What's up, Eben? What's up, Sean? EM, what's good, my brother? Brink, Marvin, Max, Simon? I'm assuming you pronounce it Simon. AJ, Justin, Isaac, Todd, BD, Stanley. What is up, everybody? How's everyone doing? How's everyone feeling today? I feel like complete and utter garbage. I got a stomach bug, and I think it's because of what I ate yesterday. But you know what? You know what they say? The show must go on. And I promise you every other weekend I was coming live on Saturdays. And hey, I never welch on my promises. But you're going to have to deal with a lot of me like burping in my mouth and stuff because I feel like crap. What's up, Flipside? What's up, Connor? TJ with the $2 donation, jumping right off the bat. He said, "Sup, Doug? What's up, TJ? How you doing, bud?" So this is what I have planned for today's video. Wayne with another $2 donation. Tua or Burrow? I'll talk about that, Wayne. But how are you doing? And thank you so much for the $2 donation. I don't know why you rub my hands. If you notice that in the past previous videos, I keep rubbing my hands a lot. I don't know why. Isaac, there should be like a dollar sign next to the happy face. You could donate there, but don't feel like you need to donate, people. Don't feel like you need to donate. Happy birthday, Roadrunner. It's Roadrunner's birthday today? Feeling old, 54-year-old next week. Well, Roadrunner, if I'm not live or if I'm not making a video when it's your birthday, happy birthday, brother. If you guys don't know, this is Roadrunner's gift to me that he sent to me. He sent me this awesome calendar that I now incorporate into my videos. So before we I'm going to wait for a few more people to get in. I know that YouTube is kind of their live streaming and their notification is kind of like really down and not working great. I know TD's having a problem with that. Shout out to TD Finstock. If you guys don't know who that is, you guys know who that is, but be sure to check him out. This is what we're going to do, right? I'm going to act like I'm recording the wide receiver prospects video. What's up, Josh? How you doing, brother? But in a way, I'm not, because you guys are going to help me. I'm going to throw out some names, and you guys are going to help me put them 5-1. This is a collaborative thing. I might do this. I might be done with my prospects videos next time we do this, because today is the 4th. The next time I'll be doing this is the 18th. I'll be live. No, I shouldn't be done. We might be doing corners on the 18th. We'll do this one together. Thank you, Evan. I love you too, bud. Yeah. So before we get into that, hey, Doug, love the channel and the show. Thank you, Tony D. Let's do some trivia in honor of Roadrunner's birthday. Let's do some trivia today. Like I said, he gave me this cool calendar, and I want to see if you guys know the answer to this trivia question. What reserve safety posted a team-leading 11 tackles on kick coverage for the Dolphins in 2017? So which reserve safety, meaning he wasn't a starter, reserve safety posted a team-leading 11 tackles on kick coverage for the Dolphins in 2017? And just so you know, he's not on the team anymore. Isaac with the $5 donation. Love the channel. Keep up the great work. Make Fins great again. Thank you, Isaac. And yes, definitely, they're on that road. Walt Aikens, Colbert, 2017. This guy played on there. He's not on the team anymore. Got Michael Thomas, got Aikens. Are you going to stream draft day? Yes, I am, Luca. I'm going to try to do both days. Walt Aikens. Hey, Doug, Daryl from Turks Caicos just showing some support. Love the channel. What's up, Daryl? The only person who got it right was Jason. Jason got it right. It was Michael Thomas. Chris and Jason are the only ones who got it right. Yes, it was Michael Thomas, 2017. Michael Thomas. He's not on the team anymore. He's now currently on the New York Giants. So yeah, Michael Thomas. Walt Aikens wasn't a bad guess. But yeah, definitely. I think TD is going to call next week. So Doug. Yeah, if you guys don't know, Josh hit me up, and I'm going to try to clear my schedule up so I can be on the Fins talk. My brain, Josh, forgive me. I'm not feeling good today. My brain's not working. He's having some special guests, Miami Dolphins, on the podcast on Wednesday. So if you guys are free and available around 6:45, 7 o'clock, go check it out. Go check it out. Dolphin Addicts, thank you. I'm not my brain. If you don't know yet, go on Facebook, look up Dolphin Addicts. It's a Facebook page, great Facebook page. Like it, and then next Wednesday or this upcoming Wednesday, I'm going to try to clear up my schedule. Me and TD are going to be on there. Going to talk to some Richmond Webb. Supposedly, Josh said might be on there, and there's another guy who's going to be on there. I don't know if I want to tell him, Josh. I kind of want them to come listen and be incredibly surprised by who's going to be on. Oh, great midnight for me. Yeah, Roadrunner's over. It's my overseas bud. Would you be mad if the Dolphins took a quarterback with the second round pick? So they just bypassed the quarterback in the first round and went second round? No, I wouldn't be too mad. Diggum Snacks, $2 donation. Get well soon. Yeah, thanks, but it's not anything you're thinking it is. I literally yesterday, for the first time in years, had checkers, and it is just tearing my stomach up. So I'm just like, have this like nauseous feeling, hovering around my stomach. But okay, so these are the 5 wide receivers I'm thinking are the top 5 wide receivers in the draft. If you guys, let me grab my pen. If you guys have some other people you're thinking of, let me know. I'll write them down. But these are the 5 I'm thinking. These are the 5 we're going to talk about. It literally is the worst. Checkers is the worst, and I regret eating it all night last night. How do you feel about the Fins taking Riggs in the mock draft? We'll talk about that. Ruggs. So here's the thing. Now, I'm not going to be able to pronounce all these names right because I can't pronounce names right. So this is who I got. My 5 wide receivers who I think is the top 5 in this NFL draft. Laviska Shenault Jr., the Colorado wide receiver. I definitely Laviska Shenault Jr., Colorado wide receiver. I definitely did not pronounce that name wrong. Justin Jefferson, Henry Ruggs III, Jerry Jeudy, back-to-back Alabama wide receivers, and CeeDee Lamb. So these are the top 5, in my opinion, when it comes to the wide receivers. Do you guys agree with my top 5? Do you guys like what I have as my top 5? Now, again, that's not from 5 to 1. It's just my top 5 after looking at a bunch of things, doing my research, all that stuff. Those are the 5 I have. Mims should be 5. Let me write his name down. Don't blame it on the Checkers. Dolphins are good this year. You should. You had a great draft. Go Dolphins. Thanks. That's funny too, because it's funny that you say that I had Alex, just rephrase that and I'll put that through because it's the back end of it. I'm trying to keep this PG because YouTube. My last video I did, which was my mock draft, it got 24 dislikes. Now, I don't care about the dislikes. It is what it is. But I honestly think that the dislike to like ratio, or just the fact that I got so many dislikes, was because I didn't take Tua with that 5th overall pick, which makes me laugh because I said in the beginning of the video, this is one of many scenarios where I'm going to be breaking it down, where I'm going to, this one I'm going to not take a quarterback first. Next draft, the mock draft I'm going to take a quarterback first. And then one of my other ones, I'm just not going to take a quarterback at all. I'm doing different scenarios to see different possibilities for the Miami Dolphins. And a lot of people were very upset because I didn't take Tua. A lot of people were like, the fact that you didn't take Tua in the first, I almost clicked off your video. Well, did you not Did you not listen to when I said this is one of Mary's scenarios, and in this scenario, I'm not taking quarterback one? Like it makes me laugh. Why you be mad? Would you be mad if the Dolphins traded up to 2 or 3 to get Tua? Yes, I would, Nathan. I'm not trading up. I'm sitting where I'm at. What's up, Stuart? I'm not trading. Help Doug get seen by more Dolphin fans. Hit that thumbs up icon and subscribe. Thank you, Vic. If you guys don't know who Vic is one of my Patreons, one of my biggest supporters, and I appreciate the crap out of Vic. I like Tua, but I agree with your draft. Yeah, I'm not trading up for any of the quarterbacks. Like, I'm not trading up for Joe Burrow. I'm not trading up for Tua. I'm not trading up. I'm not trading up for Chase Young. I'm not trading up for Isaiah Simmons. I'm not trading up. Me personally, I'm not. Sticking at 5. I'll trade down. You know what I'm saying? But I'm not trading up. TJ with the $2 donation. He likes Justin Jefferson. So I had one guy throw out Mims. Let me pull him up so I have his information as well. And then we'll start talking about these wide receivers. What's up, Dominic? Now, here's the thing, though, fellas. I'm not taking a wide receiver in the first round. I have seen some mock drafts. Some of you guys have sent me some mock drafts where you guys want to take a wide or have mocked to take a wide receiver. Denzel Mims from Baylor. He's definitely a sleeper. But I wouldn't put him in the top 5. Definitely a sleeper, though. I'm not taking a wide receiver. Now, are we deep at wide receiver? It depends, because if you look at our wide receiver core, right, you got Devontae Parker, you got Albert Wilson, you got Jakeem Grant, you got Preston Williams, you got Isaiah Ford, and then you got some guys, Allen Hurns. That's 6 starters right there, give or take. And then what's up, Big Mouth? And then you got some other unsung heroes, some undrafted guys and all that stuff. Wow, the sun came out and I'm now super blown out. I got my window open. Let's see if I can fix that. Nope, I can't fix that. I got 800. So, I don't think wide receiver is a top need, and I'm not taking a wide receiver with the first round pick, but I would take a wide receiver in the second round, especially if one of these 5 end up being available with our second round pick. That second round pick, I want to address a need. Our top 4 picks, I want to address a need. If you guys could tell from my my mock draft, I'm like the top 5 picks that we have, I kind of want to address a need. I in my mock draft, I took a tackle, I took a quarterback, I took a safety, I took a running back, and I took an interior lineman. Now, and then I think with my 3rd round pick, I took a tight end, and then my 4th round pick, I took a defensive tackle. If you guys notice, I'm trying to address the things that we necessarily didn't address in free agency. Honestly, dog, you should be taking a wide receiver. Your main priority should be fixing the offense. You shouldn't, I'm assuming you're saying, Sean, your main priority should be fixing the offensive line first, then going defensive line. Yes, 100%. So let's talk about these wide receivers, right? Who would you have ranked 5th? I need to find a polling system. I think for the next live stream, I'm going to find a polling system. What's up, George? Jorge, I'm going to find a polling system and I'm going to put it in. So let me see if I can do it while I'm talking to you. I'm going to see if I can create a poll and then just send it to you guys. And then you guys could fill it out. See who you guys think is you guys think is 5. Willie, I want to let it through, but you gotta censor yourself a little bit, Willie, just because I'm trying to keep this PG and YouTube is just being super fickle. So any chance to switch any changes to which quarterback you would pick with our 5th pick? I don't want to take Herbert or Love at 5. I'm still kind of hesitant about taking Tua at 5, but the fact that we have 3 first-round picks, I'm okay with taking Tua at 5. But yeah, I don't know. I'm still torn. I am still trying to decide what I want to do. I will say this: the more I want to give Rosen a chance, but the more I'm hearing and the more I'm like doing my research, it doesn't sound good for him. I feel like we need 2 O-line in the first, offensive tackle Swift, center, offensive tackle, running back. Yeah, I wouldn't be upset with that. How do you feel about our linebackers? Do we draft one? No, Isaac. No, we don't draft a linebacker, especially with the ones that we picked up, and especially picking up Kyle Van Noy. We have Van Noy, we have Van Noy, Beal, Ginkle, Baker, McMillan, and then we picked up 2 more linebackers, one from Eladon, and the one from the Eagles. That's 7. And I think we have 2 more. We have about like 9 linebackers on the team. We don't need any more linebackers. Sorry, Doug. Love the channel and Dolphins, but gotta go. I've just had Indian delivered. Well, enjoy that food, Big Mouth. I hope it's good. Tua is the king of okay. Get a linebacker very late, if at all. Yeah, Stuart. I'm totally down with that. I don't even know what I'm saying. All right. So who would you have number 5? Who would you have number 5 out of the top 5 out of the 5 wide receivers that I mentioned? Laviska, the Colorado wide receiver. That's all I'm just going to say. Laviska Shenault, the Colorado wide receiver, Justin Jefferson, Henry Ruggs, Jerry Jeudy, or CeeDee Lamb. Who would your number 5 be, fellas? Who would your number 5 be? And then we'll talk about it. Let me pull up. Some people have Justin Jefferson being their number 5. Colorado wideout, Jefferson 5. Jefferson 5. CeeDee Lamb 5. Talking 5 isn't the worst. Justin Jefferson, Jerry Jeudy, Henry Ruggs as 5. Some people do have him down there. Colorado guy, the best wide receiver in this draft is CeeDee Lamb. But who out of the top 5 I said, who is number 5? Jefferson. Some of you guys are saying Jefferson. Justin Jefferson. It's interesting. Justin Jefferson ran a 4.43. He's got a 375 vert. He's about 6'1", 202 pounds. You would have Ruggs as the 5th. Let me break down stats of these guys, and we're going to talk about it. How on earth is CeeDee Lamb 5th? See, that makes no sense. That's what I'm saying. I think people are misconstruing what I mean by 5 as the least. So I'm going to break down stats, and I'm going to break down physicality part of these guys. So the Colorado wide receiver, Laviska Shenault, I'm probably saying his name wrong, but I say everyone's names wrong. He ran a 4.58. He's 227 pounds. He's 6'1". He ran a 4.58. That's not fast, especially at wide receiver. That's not really fast. Then you have Justin Jefferson, the LSU wide receiver, ran a 4.43. You can see a huge difference between the Colorado wide receiver ran a 4.58, and he's a little bit heavier. Justin Jefferson ran a 4.43, 6'1", 202 pounds. He had a 37.5 vert jump. Then you have Henry Ruggs, who's a 5. Jeez, he's 5'11", 188, so he's kind of smaller. Probably be, a slot receiver. He ran a 4.27. Henry Ruggs ran a 4.27. Why am I forgetting that Henry Ruggs ran a 4.27? See, the thing though, he was hurt. Henry Ruggs running a 4.27. Jeez. Then you have Jerry Jeudy, ran a 4.45. He's 6'1", 193 pounds. So he's tall, he's kind of slender. And then we have CeeDee Lamb, ran a 4.5, 6'2", 198. Henry Ruggs running a 4.27 is ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. No need to apologize, Willie. If I had it my way, I wouldn't care about it. I wouldn't care about it at all. But Henry Ruggs running a 4.27 is just wow. Just reading up on this guy. So yeah, he's definitely a slot receiver. He's got quick slants. He's a great runner, but his problem is he's a small guy. He's 5'11", 188. He's going to get, if he gets pressed at the line of scrimmage by a big corner, he's going to get, what's up, Terry Ferguson? He's going to get pressed, and he's going to have a hard time. He has a hard time getting off of press coverage. It's what I'm seeing a lot of is, he needs to get off of the press. Yeah, dealing with physical corners and stuff like that kind of shut him down. That's probably what happened with the LSU Alabama game, is he was getting really shut down. Landry ran a 4.56. Yeah. Compared to these other guys, 4.43, 4.58, 4.5, 4.45. The Colorado receiver is probably the slowest out of the five that I talked about. That's not saying that's a bad thing. 4.58 isn't too bad, but you look at Henry Ruggs, who ran a 4.27. Jeez. Jeez. Yeah, I would probably, when it comes to CeeDee Lamb is going to be the number one wide receiver taken. He's 4.5. He ran a 4.5, 11 bench press, 34.5-inch vert, 124 broad jump. He's big, talented, averaged 21.4 yards per catch. He killed it at Oklahoma. It's so funny too. A lot of if you guys notice, like my running back prospects thumbnail and all that stuff, a lot of them wear the red jerseys. Wisconsin, Oklahoma, Alabama. It's so funny. See, that's the thing too. And now I'm seeing, he got to get a little bit faster and more efficient on the release. When it comes to getting physical, he tends to have a hard time getting off of that. Yeah. Could struggle with adjustment to combat catches, which means, that, in the pocket, not the pocket, but like some contested catches, some physical hits, it's going to take its toll on him. See, for me personally, CeeDee Lamb is probably number one. And let me pull up the draft order to see where CeeDee Lamb could go. And with that first would be number one. Doug, if T. Higgins falls in the second, would you draft him? I got to look up who T. Higgins is. Bud. Give me a second. Nice. I finally made a live stream. What's up, big boy? How you doing, bud? Just so you know, fun fact, everyone. Big boy, 2 years ago, when I did my first ever live stream, and I live streamed the draft 2 years ago, Big boy was like the only one in the live stream, and he stayed in the live stream for a good portion of it. And he stuck with me. I greatly appreciate that. So I honestly think CeeDee Lamb is going to be the first wide receiver taken. And I probably could see him going to the New York Jets at 11. Because I'm trying to see other teams out here. Like Cleveland doesn't need a wide receiver. Jacksonville could probably take a wide receiver. Arizona, Carolina probably is going to take a wide receiver. Yeah, it's probably going to either be the Carolina Panthers or the New York Jets is going to pull the trigger on CeeDee Lamb. Yo, Doug, what position in order do you think we should draft in the first and second round? Wait, why are you saying Jets boo? Who came in here as Jets fan? It all depends on what the best player available is, but we need offensive line, we need a defensive tackle, we need a safety, we need a running back, and I honestly think we need to add a quarterback. So out of those four, whichever is the best available. Check out Devin Devaney, Lynn Bowden, and Claypool. I'll definitely check them out. Great number, but put the pads on and talk to me. Yeah, that's the other thing too. A lot of these combine numbers are nice. They're flashy. They're sexy. But once the pads come on, it's a whole different world. I used to never wear certain pads, especially the rib protectors, because I couldn't run with them bouncing around on me. Yeah, what's up, Dwayne? How you doing, bud? What's up, Rhino? How you doing? I think I'm missing. Wide receiver needs solid build with twitch hands, routes blocking downfield, quickness trumps top end speed, except 5 times per year when the players may or might not outrun that line of defense. Good assessment. Very good assessment. First round should be quarterback, offensive line. Offensive line do not need to be in that order, but those positions. I wouldn't be upset with taking safety in the first round as well. That's why I would be all right with them, like with that 5th pick, like I did in my mock draft, the 5th pick taking a tackle or a quarterback, depending on how they feel. A lot of people want to talk about how we feel as fans, right? I personally, I've read people who want to at 5. I've read people who want to trade up for Joe Burrow. I've read people who want to do these things. And I've also read people who want to stay at 5. We love doing this because we like to speculate. We want our players. We've done our own research, but the Dolphins know who they want. And, Chan Gailey's going to say who he wants and all that stuff. So it all depends on that. It all depends on who is available for them. But I would, first round, I would address at least 3 of our needs. and it's quarterback, offensive line, defensive tackle. But defensive tackle isn't that big of a need. So it'd be offensive line, quarterback, safety, running back. Address those. Thanks, Dad. My dad's in the chat, if you guys don't notice. What's up, Jamel? Jordan Love or Jalen Hurts or both? That would entail them using a first and a third on a quarterback, and I'm not pulling that many. I'm not using a first and a third on a quarterback. If you're going to use like a first and a sixth or a fifth on a quarterback, then I might be all right with that. Not a first and a third. Take two and coffee in the morning. We need a whole new O-line. Nah, I wouldn't say a whole new O-line. They pick up Ted Karras. They have Eric Flowers. Jesse Davis is still on there. They need about 3 more offensive linemen, 3 or 4 offense. I wouldn't say a whole new one. What's up, guys? Papa's on the air. Yeah, my dad's in the chat, if you guys haven't noticed. Love is going to be a stud, though. I like Jordan Love. The more I'm looking at his tape, yes, he had a down year, and he struggled in some aspects of it, but I'm starting to like Jordan Love. I'm starting to like him more than Herbert. Hello, dad of Doug's chip off the old block. So back to these wide receivers, right? So CD, in my opinion, I'm probably going to have CeeDee Lamb being 1, Jerry Jeudy being 2, Henry Ruggs being 3, and then it's like Justin Jefferson and the Colorado wide receiver is where I'm torn at, 4 and 5. But I honestly think CeeDee Lamb's going 1. I can honestly see in the first round, probably two or 3 wide receivers being taken. Like I could see the Oakland Raiders probably taking another wide receiver. The Jags have 2 first-round picks. I could see them potentially taking a wide receiver, especially with that 20th pick. Yeah. If I had to pick some teams that are going to take wide receivers, it's probably like the Panthers, the Jets, the Raiders, Jaguars taking wide receivers. Watching Miami McCall on Monday on NFL Network. Awesome play. That game, just I can never not be happy watching that game. I'm fine with Jordan Love. Just don't let the Pats get him, right? I don't know if the Pats might try to trade up, but they don't have much cap space, the Patriots. So when it comes to taking top talent and stuff, I think they have like $800,000 in cap space. They don't have much cap space left. So they're kind of stuck. And I'm hearing that they kind of like the quarterback they have now. I wouldn't be surprised if they took a quarterback, though. Panthers don't. All right, let's see what the Panthers' depth looks like. Don't need a wide receiver. Days till draft, yes, sir. April 23rd. I'm so interested to see how the NFL addresses the draft and how they're going to do it. It's going to be very interesting to me. So DJ Moore and Christian McCaffrey were their 2 leading receivers. DJ Moore had 135 targets for 1,175 yards, 4 touchdowns. Christian McCaffrey had 1,000 yards receiving. After that, it's 600, 500, 200. And one of them is a tight end. Don't be surprised if they try to add a wide receiver. To say that they don't need one, I wouldn't say that, because DJ Moore was their only really producing wide receiver. I was at the Miami Miracle game. My son did his Make-A-Wish for that game. He will never forget it. I'm going to have lunch with Cameron Wake. That is awesome, Joseph. That is absolutely awesome. Belichick will tie up and tap all lines, probably. What's up, Scott? Welcome back. Yo, brother. Mace, a.k.a. Ty. Stay safe, bud. Thank God Fins talk. Yes, George. Definitely. Stay at 5, trade up from 18, take an offensive tackle, then trade up from 26, take a wide receiver, and use second round to take. See, Texas Dolphin, but then what are you doing at safety? Because to trade up stay at 5, then you're going to trade up from 18, and then you're also going to trade up from 26. You're probably going to lose one of your second round picks, maybe your third round pick. Then all of a sudden you have 3 firsts, probably 1 second, and a fourth. And then what are you going to do? And that in your scenario, right? You stay at 5, then you trade up and take a tackle. So I'm assuming at 5 you'll take a quarterback. At 8, trade up from 18, you take a tackle. You're going to trade up from 26 and take a wide receiver. Then you have 1 second round pick left, so you're going to take a running back. And then you probably don't have a third, and you have a fourth. What are you doing at safety? That's where Texas Dolphin, I disagree with the wide receiver aspect. If you address it taking a safety, then I'm like, all right, maybe. But I don't see a point in really trading up when you don't need to. There's enough depth at the tackle position that you don't need to trade up. Yes, this is live, Muzz. Then you use the other picks you have to get back into the third round. But how many fifths are you going to package together to get back into the third round? And who's going to want to take all those fifths? You're going to have to start trading next year's picks to get back into the third, because you'll be surprised how many people are like, nah, we don't want to take the fifth for you to get our third. You don't think from TSU is a steal for the 26 address quarterback with 3 and trade with 3 from the trade up? See, I'm not trading up, Elijah. I'm trying not to lose so many draft picks. I trade up to get back into the third and fourth again, but I'm not trading up. I think we are set. A wide receiver need O-line, DN, in my opinion. Joseph, you'll be surprised. I'm actually pretty happy with our defensive end and our pass rush with Shaq Lawson and Agba. I'm actually kind of happy with those 2 positions right now. Feeling good. Now, defensive tackle, I want to get a big nose tackle in like a Vince Wilfork style of nose tackle, because Gotchow and Wilkins are more of like a speedy, break through the line not more. I'm going to grab, like Wilfork used to like have a block on him and then be able to grab the running back and tackle him with one hand already on his blocker. So, I'm more interested in that. Defensive end, I think we're pretty good. I like the addition of Shaq Lawson. I like the addition of Emmanuel Agba. Could you probably nose tackle? Probably boxing. Kangaroo. She probably could. She'd be probably really good on it. Maybe the Dolphins should call my mom. She could probably be really good at playing nose tackle. Doug, which position on the O-line let Fitz get us to the playoffs? I think our defense is good enough. What positions on the O-line? Well, Vic, we definitely need a left tackle, 100%. I don't know what they're doing with Jesse Davis. If they're going to keep Jesse Davis at right tackle, then I would want to get another guard, even though we still have Dieter. And then I'd still draft the center, because Ted Karras signed a 1-year deal. But watch Ted Karras, turn out to be something good, like they did with Eric Rowe, like they did with Nick Needham, like they did with all these guys that they essentially like just gave a chance to, and they actually started to perform. So don't be surprised. I've been against a wide receiver in the first, but if Ruggs or Judy drops to me, it'll be hard for me to pass on that. Yeah, Sean, the way I see it is all right, like I said, my top 3 are CeeDee Lamb, Jerry Jeudy, Henry Ruggs. If Henry Ruggs is there in the second round, I'm probably I would draft him, and I wouldn't be upset with the Dolphins drafting Henry Ruggs in the second round. He's got that speed. And we kind of need that slot receiver position, because what the Dolphins can do is they can let Albert Wilson go, have Henry Ruggs come in, replace him. I wouldn't be upset with that. In the first round, I'd be a little upset because we have bigger needs in the first round to address, like I said, quarterback, offensive line, safety. Those are like my top: offensive line, quarterback, safety. You take 2 offensive linemen in the first, I'm fine. What type of defense we play? 3-4-4-4. Hybrid. Dolphins play a hybrid. They do a 3-4-4-4, 4-3, 5-2 roaming, where they're all just standing up. O-line, a quarterback, O-line, running back, safety, nose tackle, wide receiver, and edge. What do you think by that order? Is that list of needs going into 2020? And tight end. I'd move. I like it. Don't get me wrong. Your first 5, I agree with. Maybe take edge, put it in front of nose tackle, and add a tight end in there too. Like I want to add a tight end in this draft. I definitely do. But I like it, Rhino. I like that. I like that a lot. Please, we like DouglieDoWrong. We want more people to find out. Yeah, be sure to hit that thumbs up. We got 165 in here. Got 71 likes. Let's get to 100 likes. Let's get to 100 likes. We're at the halfway point of the live stream. I'm only going live for an hour today, unfortunately. I have a meeting right after this with the Bit Boys. We're trying to set up how we're going to continue to record gameplay while we are all at our own houses. Why is nose tackle ahead of no? Wait, what? With the signings we had, this what? What do you mean? Why is nose tackle ahead of nose tackle? Do you mean why is tight end ahead of nose tackle? Is that what you said, Rhino? Tanner Muse at safety would fit our defense well. I'm hearing Winfield is also a nice addition to the Miami Dolphins defense. If they could grab him, I would take Moss from LSU. I take him probably with one of our 5th round picks, Russell. He's injured, but taking one of the 5th round picks. Why is nose tackle ahead of edge? Sorry, gotcha. Because Shaq Lawson and Emmanuel Ogbah, in my opinion, I think that addition kind of addressed the edge. Whereas nose tackle, I want that big guy in the middle, especially when we run that 3-4 defense. I want to have that big guy in the middle who is going to do his thing and really address the run stopping. That's why. I'm playing Game of Thrones, Call of Duty, Halo. I just got Resident Evil 3 yesterday. Probably going to start playing that like crazy. I've been playing some more, man. Antonio Winfield in the 2nd round will be a great pick. Yeah, I'm liking him. That's going to be another video. So next video we're doing is tight ends. Then we have tackle, interior offensive lineman. I might just do offensive lineman in a whole. That might be a long video. And then I might do defensive line in a whole. That might be another long video. And then we have linebackers, cornerbacks, and safeties, and we're done. So I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 videos left. And I have, how many days do I have left? I got 2 weeks, 19. Yeah, about 2 weeks. I might have to compact some of these videos together. Hey, Doug, can you see my last comment? Sure, Isaac. Depends on how far back it went. If Finns don't pick a quarterback in the first, what would be the best option? It's a good question. So if we don't take a quarterback in the first, what would be our best option? I'll probably take a Jalen Hurst in the 2nd if we don't take a quarterback in the first or with our 3rd pick. Ashton Davis from UCLA. All right. Yeah, I'm definitely writing these down because that video, I think safety is the last video I'm going to do. What did Roadrunner say to an assistant? J.K. Dobbins would be a great pick in the 2nd round. I like J.K. Dobbins, but I kind of like Taylor more. A lot of people don't like Taylor because of the fumbling issue, but I honestly think that the fumbling issue can be addressed. I say time and time again, look at Tiki Barber. Look what Tom Coughlin did. Tiki Barber was fumbling like crazy. Tom Coughlin came in, did his thing. I like it. Wirfs and Becton. I heard Jason Taylor can't catch Jonathan Taylor. I see Jay Taylor, and I instantly go to Jason Taylor. Jonathan Taylor can't catch at the backfield. What do you think? I didn't hear that. I did a video breaking down the running backs. I don't remember. I'd have to pull up my notes, but I think he's pretty good at the backfield, to be honest with you. Let's see if I still have it. I do still have it. Ball security, wear and tear, not powerful. No, he's pretty good catching out of the backfield. Productive receiver threat in 2019. He has reliable hands, pass blocking. He's pretty good at pass blocking. No. Now, his catch total was high compared to his drop total. So, yeah, he's got a hands issue. But I don't think that with his speed, with his size, with his build, that's the reason I have Taylor as my number 1 running back. I like the size compared, mixed with his speed and everything. When it comes to draft prospects, I'll talk about this. When it comes to draft prospects, when you look at quarterback, wide receiver, running back, you look at all of these guys. I have a list here. You look at all of these guys, right? Yes, I will do a sleeper video, Dominic. That's why I might have to put a bunch of these videos together. You might get really long videos where I just do offensive line and defensive line and secondary, so I can do some other stuff for you guys. hit that subscribe button, fellas. I got a lot planned for you guys. We're almost at 100 likes. Be sure to hit the like button too. But this is my thing when it comes to draft prospects, right? You don't know when they're in college, they play all fine and dandy. First off, 4 on, 4 off, $10 donation. Says he loves the content. Thank you so much for the $10 donation. I really, really, really appreciate that. Sorry for the burp. Again, I'm dying internally. When it comes to draft prospects, they play fine and dandy in college, but coming into the NFL, it's a different world. It's faster. It's more mental. You need to be able to assess the defense, assess the offense, be fast on your feet. It's very quick compared to college, right? So what I look at when it comes to draft prospects and when it comes to college players that I would like to have on my team, if they have struggles in certain areas, like Tua with his hip injury or Joe Burrow with his 1 year greatness, and then other than that, where did he go? Or with the running backs like Jonathan Taylor with his fumble problems, I can break down on which I'm going to all of these positions. You have your pluses and your negatives. That's why I always give the negatives as well as the pluses. What I look for and what I stick with and why I pick certain ones is because I pick, and I say these in my videos, so I pick things that can't be taught, right? Jonathan Taylor, let me pull him up real quick. I'll tell you why I like Jonathan Taylor as number one. Now, I even said in my running back video that this was very hard for me because the top 3 in my mind, which was DeAndre Swift, J.K. Dobbins, and Jonathan Taylor, were, hard for me to pick a number one. I can't find him now. Where'd he go? I go on a roll and then I just can't. Hold on. So Jonathan Taylor, right? Like I was saying, there's certain aspects you can't teach when it comes to, all right, Scott, take it easy, bud. Stay safe. When it comes to these prospects, right? And the reason I have Jonathan Taylor as my number one, right? He has his faults with ball security, wear and tear. His 300 touches in 3 years. He's not a powerful line mover, all that stuff. His faults. But the things that you cannot teach. He's 5'10", 226 pounds. He's a pretty big, pretty decent sized running back. He ran a 4.39 at 5'10", 226 pounds. If you look at the other one, DeAndre Swift is a little smaller, 5'9", 215, ran a 4.48. If you look at J.K. Dobbins, didn't run a 40. You look at Cam Akers, he's 5'10", 217, ran a 4.47. These guys are a little bit smaller, a little bit lighter than Jonathan Taylor. They didn't run as fast as him. You can't teach that. You can't teach that physicality, his speed, his size. You can't teach that. What you can teach and what you can improve is ball handling, route running, gap decisions, all that stuff. So that's why I have him as my number one. You can't teach. There's certain things you can't teach, like Joe Burrow. The way Justin Herbert, his arm strength, you can't teach that. You can't take a quarterback who has inferior arm strength, have him come into the NFL, and then expect him to start throwing rockets. He doesn't have great arm strength. You can't teach how to get, you can teach maybe a little bit better velocity, a little bit of better accuracy, but you can't teach certain things. And I look at, now, if say a player is ridiculously fast, let's say wide receiver. I'll give you guys an example. Say wide receiver, right? Say Henry Huggins. Wow. Henry Ruggs, who ran like a 4.2, right? But can't catch the ball if he had a gun to his head, right? He can't catch the ball if his life depended on it. But he can run. I'm not taking him. It has to balance out. If the physical talent is great, and the production is also really good, but there's some signs of he's struggling here and here. I still would be interested in him because of the physicality part, because of what you can't teach. I went off on a huge tangent and I missed a lot of what you guys said. There are plenty of running backs and receivers with size and speed in the NFL graveyard. 100%. Not saying it's not wrong, but I'm taking a chance on these guys. But also, Douglas, it's weird. I feel like I'm talking to myself. Those guys with the size and the speed that are in the NFL graveyard, did they have production in the college? Because Jonathan Taylor did have production in college. Daniel, $2 donation. He said LaVisca from Colorado is Jarvis Landry 2.0. Because I thought he was a little bit taller. He's 6'1". How tall is Jarvis Landry? You know what I love when I type and it just doesn't register? He's a little shorter though. It's about 2 inches shorter. JT seriously reminds me of Frank Gore with the smoothness of movement through the hole like water. He just flows through the path of least resistance and finishes forward hard for defenses to square up. I think 6 foot. Yeah, it's 5'10", 5'11". Jarvis Landry is. He's about the same size as Odell. That type of physical, both size, speed, and love for contact wears defenses down. It does, Marvin, but it also wears down the running back. Look at Ricky Williams. Yeah, he was overran, but there's some guys on this list, on the running back list, that I even talked about that when they could avoid contact, they wouldn't. Like if it was unnecessary to make the contact, they would still do it, and it'll start to take its toll on them physically. So, hey Doug, did you see my assessment of worst case scenario for both Tua and Burrow and Tua? If Tua sucks, we still have 2 quality first rounders. If Burrow sucks, we're down 2 quality picks. Yes, 100%, Sean. That's why I'm not trading up. You stay at 5, you take the best player that falls to F5. And even if you could trade back and like say a team, I'll give you some scenarios where a team might want to jump up and get in Miami's 5 position. Jacksonville. Say this, fellas. I got one for you. Say Jacksonville really likes Tua, right? Yeah, they have Minshew, but say they want some insurance. They don't have Nick Foles anymore. Nick Foles is with the Chicago Bears. And say they want Tua. They want a nice backup that can sit behind Minshew, all that stuff. And they want to go from 9 to 5. And the Dolphins feel comfortable enough to go from 5 to 9, still get a top tackle, get, whatever they want. That jump, I don't know how many points that is. I'd have to pull up. Pull up the value chart. So the Miami Dolphins are sitting at 5, right? So that draft pick costs about 1,700 points. To go to 1, it's 3,000. So it's about 1,300 point difference, right? To go from, say Jacksonville did want the number 5 and they're at 9, which is 1,350 points, and they wanted to go up to 5. That's about 350 points, right? Jacksonville's, where's their other draft pick? It's 20. Let's see how much 20 cost. 20 costs about 850. They ain't giving us their 20. But they could give us their second. That's about 480. Then Miami can have 3 second-round picks, fall back to 9, take another player. There's a ton of possibilities with the Dolphins players, teams wanting to jump up to 5 to potentially get that quarterback. So I'm not trading up. Because the whole point of me saying that is I'm not trading up, but I wouldn't be upset with them trading back, is what I'm saying. Don't forget first the next year count a second round. I want to keep both our firsts next year, especially with the Texans. Not saying the Texans are going to be bad, but I don't know what the Texans are doing. But we'll see. Would you trade our 5th for the Raiders 12 and 19? Well, let's see. So the Raiders, it only cost the Raiders 500 points to go from 12 to 5. So there's no way they would agree to giving us their 19 because that's a 375 point jump. So they wouldn't offer that. A lot of people want to talk about, hey, would you take this? Would you take that? Yeah, but you also got to think, would the team offer that? Like if we do not trade Houston's first rounder next year, he's gonna be number one overall. Yeah. That's the thing. Like other people will be like, oh, would you trade this and this for this pick? The team has to agree to it. And some of them doesn't sound great. Everyone's assuming teams want to move up for Tua, but I bet you any money more teams covet Herbert over Tua, especially with no hands on physical. It's also a great possibility, Michael. Some teams might want to jump up, like you said, to take Herbert. And the Dolphins would be like, cool. If the Dolphins end up trading back, right? We still have 3 first-round picks. They trade back about 5 picks because the team wants Herbert. And then, say the Chargers take Tua, right? Say in the scenario I was talking about, right? The Jaguars want to go from 9 to 5, and the Jaguars want to take Herbert. And then Tua goes to 6 to the Chargers. And then the Dolphins at 9 take an offensive tackle, left tackle, right? Doug, the Jaguars have 2 first-round. This year, Sean, they have 2 first-round picks. They have 9 and 20. Then when the Dolphins get to 18, if he's still there, I'd take Jordan Love. I had a dream that Miami got Tua at 18 and a running back at 5. That would make no sense, Jacob. If they took a running back at 5, that is a huge reach. A huge reach. Herbert going number 1 to the Bengals. I would be genuinely shocked if Herbert went number 1 to the Bengals. It would be such a Bengal thing to do, and I know Bengal fans might get upset with me saying that, but I'd be shocked. Absolutely shocked. It would completely throw the whole draft on its head. It's kind of like, I think it was like 3 years ago when the Bears traded up to take Trubisky. I was sitting in a bar watching the draft, and I was like, what? Trubisky? Blew my mind. Would you be upset if the Dolphins don't take a quarterback in the first, but take Eason in the second? I feel like Eason would be a reach in the second, Rhino. I don't know if I take Eason in the second. Cam Akers, 2 Dobbins, 3 Swift, 4 Hillel, 5 Jontre Evans, 6, 7. Wow, you really don't like Jonathan Taylor, Doug. Why don't you like Jonathan Taylor? It was, Troy, and it blew my mind when they did that. I was like, wow, you traded up for that? Say what? The draft is already thrown on its head. That's true. All good, DDW. Bungles pick 2. I'm fine with that. I'm just, what I'm most interested in? I want to see the draft happen, for one. I'm very excited for that. I want to see who the Dolphins decide are the best picks for their team. And I trust this organization as much as, lately or, in the past drafts, you kind of suspect taking Gesicki and Durham Smythe. Some picks you were just like, taking Charles Harris. They're head scratchers. I'm just interested to see what they're going to do. I'm also interested to see where Joe Burrow goes, where Tua goes, and then to see what happens and how this fan base reacts to what happens. We got to remember, we're all Dolphin fans. So regardless of, Josh Rosen getting traded, Tua getting taken at 5, Dolphins trading up for Tua, Dolphins trading up for Burrow, Dolphins not trading back, ever happens. We're all Dolphin fans. We all want the same thing, which is to win. So we got to stop fighting with each other and getting so angry with each other. I see that on Facebook all the time. It's like some people have like opinions. Some people have like, oh, I would want the Dolphins to do this. And people get just so angry over people's opinions. It just doesn't make sense. It's an opinion. Say I love Tua, right? Regardless of the hip injury, I love Tua, and I'd trade up to 3 or 2 to get Tua. Why are you getting so angry with me that I like this player so much and I have faith in his abilities? It's my opinion. Like, I don't understand why people get so upset about opinions. Twitter brings out the worst in people. Most people tell me about it, Rhino. Tell me about it. EM gets crazy mad on TD's channel. Well, EM and TD are awesome. I love listening to them both talk, but They know how to push each other's buttons, and it's fun to watch. You got to give it credit. Would you trade up with the 26th pick? It depends. I wouldn't be up against it. It would suck if we passed on Tua. We'd have another Drew Brees situation. Chad, I've heard that time and time again, and at first I was like, that's interesting. I never thought of it that way, but then I really thought about it. The difference is Tua never played in the NFL. Tua's injury is more severe than Drew Brees's. Drew Brees already played in the NFL. Drew Brees already showed that he can play successfully in the NFL. So I could see where you're coming from, where it's like you pass up on a guy because he got injured, but I also could see where other people are coming from because it's a history of injuries. Yes, they're small. Yes, he never really missed games because of them, but the whole Drew Brees to a comparison is it doesn't, to me, I'm like, it's different. It's different. Well, people need to have their opinions to themselves. Hey man, this is my mindset, right? I'm always down to listen to an opinion. I'm always down to listen to what people have to say. And a lot of times when people have to say, I'm like, wow, that's really interesting. You'll notice I'll say that. I'm like, wow, that's really interesting. I never thought of it that way. Just don't get mad. If I disagree with you, right? Don't get mad. Plain and simple. It's just a disagreement. What's up, Terrence? I'm late, bro. Up all night. What's up? Fins up, Terrence. GameStop is getting me mad. I order RE3 and I'm in the same shoes as you. Yeah, Daniel. They just told me yesterday that they're shipping it out. I already went out to Walmart and I bought it for $10 cheaper. So when they ship it out, I'm returning it back to them. Give me my $60 back. That's tape is amazing, but his hip would be devastating if in the spring while running a playing practice, Tua gets hurt with no contact. Esteban, his hip, the only thing that worries me about his hip is the contact part of it. His hip won't be injured when he's not running. Like when he's not getting like, you know how with Ryan Tannehill, he was running to the sideline, he went to stop and he blew out his knee again. That was all because he didn't have the surgery, is why he hurt his knee again. With Tua, that hip and the surgery he had and the work he's doing on it, it's not going to get re-injured because it's not a ligament. It's essentially his pelvis. It was the wall of his bone. So it's not going to get injured again from him just running. What I'm afraid of is the injury of the impact and of somebody landing on him. That's what worries me. It's not more of him running or sliding. He's not going to get injured from that. He's going to get injured from getting hit. That's where I'm worried. So like if him just running to the sideline and stopping, he's not going to get injured because it's not a ligament damage. It's nothing in his knee. It's nothing that can easily just pop out. It's more of the impact on them that worries the crap out of me. People never bring up all of the players we passed on that turned out to be bust. 100%, Michael. 100%. His hip is not impact concern from what I understand. It is a thing of the flow of blood getting to his hip. So that's what they're worried about because they fixed that issue. Because I keep hearing that comparison to Bo Jackson, it's two different worlds. He already got hurt on a slide. When did he get hurt on a slide, Marvin? When did that happen? Big lineman landing on his hip would be worse. Yeah. Hips don't lie, Daniel. Hips don't lie. Tua getting drafted 4. I sing. I'm picking one away. Clyde Hillel is a very reliable back in the second. He will be surprised when many before of the big 3. Yeah. Sprained knee. I don't think that ever happened. I'd have to look that up. Herbert has a big arm, bad accuracy sometimes, though. Yeah. My understanding is the blood flow. He could wake one morning with a hip that he didn't have the previous day. I could have swore that they fixed that, Rhino. I could have swore that that's what the surgery was for and that that's not a problem anymore and the blood flow is fine. We have to address the number 13 from Alabama. Greetings from Portugal. What's up, Andre? Yeah, I was talking about it. What's up, Jacob? Doug, if there was one Dolphin game, past or present, you could be present at, which one would it be? the 1972 Super Bowl. Yes, it was a very sloppy game. But to be there when they did something that still has never been done would be amazing. To be there when they set the record, love it. Yes, they have come a long way with injuries, but they don't know the effects long term. Would you prefer Love before Herbert? Yes. I like Love Jose over Herbert. Some are confusing Tua with Bo Jackson, guys. Yeah. What's up, Little Lauderdale? How you doing, brother? The blood flow was a concern before the medical clearance. My miracle, that'd be a good one too. 85 Bears versus Dolphins. That's a good one too. Dobbins is the shiftiest running back in the draft, and Miami is his number one fit. Well, J.K. Dobbins did meet with the Dolphins before you couldn't meet with teams anymore. Him and Jordan Love met with the Dolphins before you couldn't. We almost won 17-0, but you're in it, bobbled that damn snap. Yep. Street King. That's why I'd like to be at that game. It was a messy game, but I'd like to be there. Tua broke his ankle and his hip. Trust me, I'm a sad Bama fan. That ankle those ankles, you have nothing to worry about anymore. The only thing you should be worrying about is the hip, because the surgery he had on his ankles is completely fine. But just want to thank you guys for hanging out. I'm going to get out of here. I got a meeting to go to and do all this other stuff. But thank you for hanging out. We really didn't talk about the wide receivers much. I gave you my listing. I'll tell you what my listing from 5 to 1 is. It's the Colorado wide receiver, LaVisca. Justin Jefferson would be my number 4. Henry Ruggs would be my number 3. Jerry Jeudy would be my number 2. And CeeDee Lamb would be my number 1. CeeDee Lamb seems like the prototypical all-around good wide receiver, tall, physical. Henry Ruggs, I have him at 3. Yes, he's fast, but he's kind of small. He wouldn't be taking the blocks on. But yeah, those are my 5 wide receivers. We didn't really talk about wide receivers much, but I want to thank you guys all for hanging out. Like I said, not this upcoming Saturday, the 11th, but the 18th, I will be live again. I go live every other Saturday. Yes, everyone, be sure to wash your hands. I'm going to go deal with this meeting, and then I'm going to probably go lay down because I feel like hot garbage. But I just want to tell you guys, I love you all. I want to tell you guys that don't. The whole stay classy part of my ending videos has to do with just listen to people, listen to each other, especially nowadays. Just listen. Don't get so defensive. Don't get so angry if someone has a different opinion than you. Just listen to them. You never know. You might learn something new. I learn something new every day from every single one of you guys. But thank you guys for all hanging out. I love every single one of you guys. You're all my family. I'll see you guys probably Monday with the next video. But other than that, like usual, stay classy. Fins up.